That's interesting. How does that make you feel in Spanish? Even though I'm not your therapist, I know it's very important that you're able to express your feelings and emotions in Spanish. So in this video, we're going to play a game so you discover 5 key verbs, vocabulary, and some cool idioms to talk about your feelings like a native speaker. So before we start this game, I want to remind you that some things are not what they appear to be. What do I mean by this? Even though you might know the translation of some of these individual words, when combined with some of these verbs, the translation is going to change slightly. So don't freak out. We're going to start with the first verb. Let's check these words. Miedo, be afraid. Vergüenza, be ashamed. Hambre, be hungry. Calor, be hot, not in the physical way. Tristeza, sadness. What verb do you think we use in Spanish combined with these words? Do you need a clue? Okay, this verb is going to help you talk about emotions, but also physiological feelings. We use this verb in Spanish to express possession. Can you tell what that verb is? Very good. That's going to be tener. In Spanish, tener works with nouns such as miedo, vergüenza, hambre, calor to express feelings, but mostly physiological feelings or states. Let me give you some examples. Tengo miedo de decirle. I'm afraid to tell her. Ay, what did you do and why are you afraid? ¿Por qué tienes vergüenza? Why are you ashamed? Or also, why are you embarrassed? Let's go and check the second verb. This one is going to work with words like bien, good, mal, bad, raro, weird, or triste, sad. Let me give you a clue. This one is a reflexive verb. It means that you need reflexive pronouns to conjugate it, and it means to feel in English. Can you tell which one is? Perfect. That's going to be sentirse. And sentirse works with adjectives and adverbs, such as this one, to express your emotions or your feelings. Let me give you some examples. ¿Te sientes bien? Are you feeling okay? You look a little bit down. Me siento triste por lo que hiciste. I feel sad for the things that you did. Ay, what did you do? You're on fire today. Let's go and check the third one. And the third verb is going to be your most powerful friend when talking about emotions in Spanish. This one works with words such as nervioso, enojado, mad, cansado, tired, aburrido. And let's go there because these are cool expressions that I want to explain to you in a minute. So which verb do you think you're going to use with these words? Do you need a clue? Okay, in Spanish, we also use this verb to express location. Can you tell which verb we're going to use with these words? That's right. That's going to be estar. And I bet before I remove this card from sentirse, you probably thought, these words sound like estar. That's correct. That's because estar works with adjectives such as nervioso, estoy nervioso, I'm nervous, or adverbs such as bien, estoy bien, I'm good. So that's probably why you thought this one was estar as well. Let me give you some examples. He doesn't want to move. Estamos muy cansados. We're so tired. Estoy hasta la coronilla del tráfico. I'm up to here with the traffic, which leads me to show you these wonderful expressions that I have with these little stars. So in Spanish, estar can work, as I told you, with adjectives and adverbs to express your emotions. But we can also build more complex sentences with idiomatic expressions such as hasta la coronilla, up to here, de buenas, in a good mood, and my favorite, de un humor de perros. Now, you might think, dogs are cute, dogs are adorable, they are so nice to us. Well, I have bad news for you. I know dogs have like a very nice character in nature, but in Spanish, de un humor de perros significa to be in a very, very bad mood. It means foul mood. So if somebody says to you, está de un humor de perros, don't go. Don't go and give that person some space so they can chill. So I wanted to show you why you need to be careful when relying on direct translation with these words. Take the words that we're going to use with tener. Miedo alone means fear, but when I combine it with tener, it means to be afraid, literally to have fear. So those are 3 out of the 5 verbs that we're going to use in Spanish to express our emotions. The other 2 verbs are not advanced or anything like that, but many learners don't know that they can use them to talk about their feelings. Let me show you what those verbs are. These verbs, you might think that are too advanced, but in reality, they are basic verbs that you actually use on your daily life when you speak Spanish. So the 4th verb works with words such as miedo, tristeza, gusto, asco, risa, and I'm going to hold these 2. This verb expresses emotions caused by something, and you know this verb. This verb means to give. You guessed correctly, this verb is going to be dar, and that is my favorite verb to express emotions because it allows me to say what's the external thing or activity that is making me feel this way. Let me give you some examples. Me da pena hablar en público. Public speaking makes me embarrassed. O a ella le dan asco las cucarachas. Cockroaches make her nauseous. I want you to notice something very important when we're using that to express emotions. Number 1, if the context is not clear, I must mention the thing that is making me feel that way. For example, hablar en público me da miedo. Public speaking makes me feel afraid. The second thing is that the translation with that is going to be completely different to the direct translation of each feeling. So for example, when we say miedo, miedo alone means fear. But if I combine it with that, me da miedo, it means I'm afraid or I'm scared of. As you can see, the idea is the same. However, the translation is going to change a little bit to fit the verb that we're using. The next verb we're going to use to express our emotions is also a very basic verb that we actually use in daily life routines. Actually, you use it a lot in Spanish when we're getting dressed. We say something like, oh, I'm going to put this hat on. I'm going to put this t-shirt on. How do you say that in Spanish? Do you know? That's right. You're going to use ponerse. Ponerse also allows you to talk about your emotions, and you're going to use words such as nervioso, mal, feliz, rojo, de malas, this is an expression, and de buenas. Ponerse usually works with adjectives or with expressions such as these ones. And the key with ponerse is that, similar to that, it's going to help you express the thing that is making you feel certain way. For example, ay, ya, me pones nerviosa. Stop it, you're making me nervous. Cocinar la pone de malas. Cooking puts her on a bad mood. These 2 verbs are going to focus on the thing that is making you feel a certain way. So I want to tell you about cosa en igual when using that. Dar cosa is that funny feeling that is not like I'm afraid or I'm feeling nauseous. It's kind of in the middle. Me da cosa la sangre. Blood makes me feel funny, and I wanted to be a doctor, but that's another story. Igual seems like me da igual, like it doesn't matter to me. It's indifferent to me. That igual is super common on daily speaking, so make sure you add that expression to your vocabulary. In Spanish, we do have verbs such as preocupar, to worry, enojar, to make you upset, or sorprender, to surprise you. These verbs express specific emotions, and yes, you can use them too, but these 5 verbs that you just learned, you can combine them with so many words to express a wide range of emotions. So these ones are super cool for your speaking and conversation. Finally, let me show you some idiomatic expressions that you can use to express some emotions. The first one is dejar o quedar con el ojo cuadrado. Leave someone with a square eye. What it means is that someone is really surprised for something that happened or you said. The second one is volver loco, to drive crazy. And like in English, this one has a positive connotation or a negative connotation. The third one is very popular in Mexico, is estar con el Jesús en la boca. Estar con el Jesús en la boca means that you're that worried. And finally, con el ánimo por los suelos. Estar con el ánimo por los suelos. If someone says to you, estoy con el ánimo por los suelos, it means that they are very, very sad. So now that you know how to express your emotions in Spanish like a native speaker, I'm going to give you a very simple challenge. I want you to write some sentences using these verbs to express emotions. You can talk about yourself or you can just make those sentences up. You can check this same lesson on my Spanish immersion channel if you're ready to start practicing your listening. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, me daría mucho gusto si me pueden regalar un like. I hope to see you soon. Bye!